Are you or someone you love experiencing eye floaters?
Doctors will tell you they're harmless, tiny clumps of vitreous gel drifting across your vision, a simple byproduct of aging. But I'm here to tell you the truth. Floaters aren't harmless. They're parasites, silent, patient invaders that burrow into your mind. They whisper, they command, they turn you against those you love until violence feels inevitable. If you've begun to see them, seek solitude. Those around you are no longer safe. Your thoughts are not your own. Flee while you still can. Don't trust yourself, and whatever you do, don't trust your eyes. All right, so there's the video debut. That is the sneak peek. My daughter finished it around noon today, and I watched it at work. I was like, damn, that's beautiful. So I love how that came out. It was nice and dark and ominous, just like we need for the book.
Yes. This whole idea that you came up with, I have a ton of questions for you, which we'll get to, but I'm terrified of this book. I've been looking at your pre-launch, I've been looking at your campaign, and then I'm driving to, I don't know, kids stuff today, and I was like, do I have floaters? And I'm looking and I was like, I think I do. You know what? It's like they kind of go across your vision.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to them.
That's them.
Oh no.
You're infected.
I know. I was like, it's gonna be bad. Yeah. Oh no.
I was on a show last night, and they were saying, well, don't you worry that people are going to get paranoid when they get the floaters and they're going to start freaking out. I'm like, yes. And that's what I'm going for. I said, do you think Spielberg was worried that people wouldn't go in the ocean? No, that's the beauty of it. It succeeds if people start.
That's the beauty of what happens.
Yeah. It's like, I want them to freak out because it freaked me out. I lived through all the paranoia and dread. Not actually, that was going to kill my family. We're not going that far, but the paranoia and dread that came with everything else involved. So I want to convey it right on to others. I'm here to mess with their heads.
I want to pass along the psychological trauma.
And another thing that I really like about this idea is that a story can come from anything.
Yeah.
You know, because you and I had talked briefly, but first of all, welcome to the launch party, everybody. We're launching floaters tonight. So if you are tuning in and you're watching this, give us a like, give us a share so that everybody can be a part of this conversation. And when we launch, it's going to go viral. That's the plan, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love for you to tell everybody what happened that led up to this story.
Okay. So this story is, it's definitely my most autobiographical story that's ever existed.
Karen
one, that's a topic for soon, because actually the art's almost done, so I'm ready. But for this one, I was in a con, and I started to see, I thought they were gnats because I get the tiny kind of gnat-like floaters. And hi, thanks for tuning in. And these gnat-like floaters, I just thought they were actual gnats. And I looked at the guy next to me. I'm like, what the fuck is up with the gnats in this room? He looks at me like, what? All right, I'm next to an idiot or a crazy man. That's great. Now I'm going to be tabling next to
the guy that's distracting
for the next 2 days.
He scoots his chair the other way.
It's like shifting the table. Please let me go. So it started off maybe 5 or 6, and then I went home. I looked it up. I looked up eye floaters. Okay, it's vitreous fluid. It comes with age. Nothing to be concerned about unless they start to obstruct more than, I think they said 20% of your visual field. So I went out for a run, super bright, sunny day. And next thing you know, it looks like my entire horizon is filled with gnats. And at that point, I get freaked out. I run.
Yeah, you make my eyes hurt.
We're not done. I was telling the story.
I know.
And one of my coworkers is like, oh my gosh, you're freaking me out. It's like, then I'm doing my job. Please back. So So it's, I started to see that, and I went to my optometrist, and they said, this is, we can do it, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. You need to go to your primary doctor. So I went to my primary, and the first doctor was at a student university. It was about 7 hours in waiting rooms for that one. That's where the homeless woman got me, was on my first visit. And she and
I used to
he
get student haircuts.
This is a
I
great
really
story. I
would.
love this story.
Yeah. So he looks, he sees nothing. He prods the shit out of my eyes with Q-tips. That's part of the story. And Dan asked, "Is that real?" I'm like, "That part was real, unfortunately, real and horribly painful." So he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, but this is going to hurt a lot." So he pokes, he prods, he finds nothing. He goes, "Well, if it gets to more than 20% of your visual field, let us know." I said, "It's already more than that." He goes, "No, you're
what are they
fine.
going to do?
So, they did stuff. So I go to another doctor the next day. This is the 17-hour day. I go to another doctor and he comes in and he goes, "What amateur didn't notice these 3 giant retinal tears on your eyes?" And I said, "Oh, this was this and this doctor." And yeah, I pretty much described the doctor to be that guy. Didn't give a picture of him to Dan or anything, but again, Q-tip, we get it again. And he goes, "Yeah, I see 3 retinal tears. So I have to go to another hospital." I go there, and this hospital, they perform the laser surgery, but they go, the vitreous gel is very thick and it's going to require actual cutting surgery. So yeah, that's where our homeless woman, who ends up being, she kind of drives the story. Her story, she kind of is the cause of everyone getting these floaters when it comes down to it. And she was, when I walked out of the waiting room after this 7-hour ordeal, being poked and told that I'm hallucinating it. That's when I come out and so castor oil eyelids, that would be good, but I had surgically required floater. So when I came out, that's when she comes up to me and she grabs me by the shoulders, shakes me, goes, "You're not real. You know this. You're not real." It's like, damn. At this point, the story
wrote itself.
dead.
Yeah.
I was actually that whole day, I was writing Immortal Era in the hospital because I thought, if I'm going to be stuck in hospital waiting rooms for all this time, I may as well get some production done. So most of Immortal Era 12 was written that day. But the next day, as I was dealing with this one ordeal after the next and sent to the next hospital, who said, "Oh, we can't do that. Go to the next." So 3 hospitals, that's where they found it and realized it. And that's also where the story kind of hatched. And I thought, what if these floaters are something worse? What if getting them is corrupting my brain? Because they told me I'm crazy. He told me I'm not telling the truth right now. So what if it's right? And these things are corrupting my mind right now as we speak. Yeah. So I told the woman in the hospital waiting room, she's like, "What can I get you? I see you've been here for so many hours." I'm like, "Get me paper and a pen, please." And that's where this story just started kind of blowing up. I wrote the doctor.
Are you writing a bomb threat so you can get out of here?
Put on my eyeballs.
And see, the part of the book, the part I could never find a way to incorporate into the book was the naked dude who was running through I was out of the waiting room and into the kind of like the second waiting room. He runs out. He's like, "You can't keep me here. I'm going free."
How do you open a book without a naked man running through?
I couldn't find out a way to make him match the plot.
Oh God, that would have been gold.
We're doing bonus pages, okay?
Yeah, okay.
When we
just like right when you get to the hospital, he runs out of it, and you're like, "Should I?"
Because our character never goes to an actual hospital. He just goes to an optometrist, where I was in actual hospitals. And if you look up the hospital, from
the optometrist, oh my God, it would be more funny because why is he naked?
Yeah.
Why is this dude running into the Walmart?
Yeah, the floaters made him a streaker.
Yeah, it's just he thought it was on his clothes. He was infected.
My wife is an optician at Walmart. That actually wouldn't be that weird to happen.
Yeah, and if you search this hospital up, the one that I was in, the emergency room, it has a 1.5-star rating. So it's known for being god awful, but it was the only one that had the machine that I needed for those surgeries. And then the woman got in there. I could never find a way. In the first draft, the naked dude's there, but I'm like, what's his point? It's just besides, okay, there's a naked dude running. What the fuck? So, and he's like, they said, "Sir, don't you want your..." Like, "Sir, don't you want your clothes?" "I don't need clothes. I'm leaving."
So,
yes.
Lou apparently has had very similar experiences. She has eye issues as well.
So
and
Lou,
yeah, even a
you had
streaker.
the streaker at your eye issue too thing. I guess
Did
they
you
come
go
with
to
the
the same
territory.
hospital as Ed?
Yeah.
Just
That's
kidding.
what caused
Avoid
her
the,
eye
and I'm
issues.
not going to
Didn't
name
say
it. I don't
that
need
on
to
set.
shit on the hospital.
No,
I
no.
already, the doctor who is, essentially very evil and controlled by the floaters, it was his description. So he was the one who told me I was out of my mind. And then the next guy's like, what amateur did you deal with? It's like, yeah, I was at this place. And he goes, oh, that explains it all. So yeah,
Oh my
the
gosh.
1.5 star lovely place where I got to spend many hours of my life, but I did finish some Immortal Era. So, small victories. And then my second visit to the same hellhole with Naked Dude, that is what kind of hatched floaters. And I remember I told Dan about it when it was just, notes on the copy paper they gave me to write on. And he was like, I'm in, let's do this one. And it took a while before it materialized into a script, but I know with Dan and what he's done with Worms Crawl In and Worms Crawl Out, it's like, this is the guy I need. He can do weird and monstrous. And if I say there's a floating head above their head, he'll get it. He'll understand what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Lou,
I didn't
you.
know. Yeah, you want to avoid hospitals with eye issues because it will bring the naked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's luckily my eyes were
here.
My eyes were
Well,
dilated, so I couldn't quite see all
That's
the
even
good.
worse.
It was
Those
it was
fuzzy-
it looked
what
much
is
bigger
that?
and blurrier, but yeah,
That's the
I guess
worst.
it comes with the territory. So yeah, they're dealing with these ordeals, which eventually led to a cut surgery where they had to go in and remove this large clump of vitreous gel. They didn't let me keep it. I would have been cool with that. But
Ooh.
yeah, when I got the surgery, they
You
keep
could
you
have
in.
put it on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, that would have been the ultimate. Laurie, that would have been the tier right there. What
That's
we
the
need,
tier.
you need to make like a
$1,000
floating
tier.
The
vitreous.
actual
and
floaters that started
Yeah.
it all.
You can eat the floater.
Gross.
So yeah, we can have that as you can make gummy ones.
Oh my
Why
God.
start Kickstarter? I'm a pretty big dude. I can spare some stuff.
So yeah, when I had the real surgery, I talk about that. They put you in the twilight state. So you're seeing.
They don't even put you
notice-
out.
They don't put you out because
No.
you have to. They strap your head to the chair. They have to get your eye open. It's like Clockwork Orange style.
Yeah.
And as the needle was coming to my eye, what do I tell the doctor? Dude, this is like Fulci. So it's like a Lucio Fulci movie, and the doctor's just like, all right, this guy's out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I wanted to fuck around and make the heart rate monitor go crazy, so I'd get super calm to get my resting heart rate below 50, so it would set off alarms. So I kept
You're a runner that you can do that.
Yeah, I kept intentionally setting off the alarms. I warned them so they didn't panic. I said, I have a really low, my resting heart rate is like 47. So it's gonna set your machines off, because it did at every hospital I went to. But I started doing it on purpose and thinking it was really funny in this twilight state. I told people it's like having a dream of having a surgery done, but I just thought it was cool, like Lucio Fulci, when the thing was coming to my eye. I'm like, I've seen this in a movie.
See, that's my thing. I've always been like, if you're gonna like cut my knee open, I want to see how many chances do you get to see inside your knee.
Yeah, you get to see the needle coming. It's like, damn, I've seen this in all the
No, man, put me the F out. I don't want to see none of that shit.
No.
That was the second reason I didn't get brain surgery for my Tourette's, because you have to be awake while they
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I didn't
But
want to do that, and I didn't want to scar across my beautiful head.
At least you're
That's
not
it.
seeing your brain. Like when I
Yeah.
feel like the eyes is the worst, because they're open and you're awake and you're
Yeah.
seeing what they're doing. Like that just sounds like a
Right
nightmare.
there.
Every time
I
you
remember
do
the
it.
needle, and I remember the razor coming in, and that was, even in the twilight
Hey,
state,
come on! Don't you have a
You know what I mean?
Kickstarter
It's like
picture
this is a
something?
nightmare.
it fucks with your head. Even in a twilight state, you're just like, oh man, no, this is
For some reason, we drove
crazy.
everybody away. I don't know what happened.
Viewers down to 0.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
we still got
you
a few. They're hanging in there.
We don't need this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was definitely a scary ordeal, but I turned it into something positive, even if it's a very dark story. And my editor looked over the story just recently, kind of just making sure that the colors look good. And he's like, damn, there's some really disturbing images in there. So yeah, that would be all Dan's beautiful, disturbing art. So
and beautifully colored too.
oh yeah, it looks great. The final product is it's a beautiful book, and I hope people look at it and can kind of live through my misery, and have a little fun from the misery that I dealt with.
Yeah. I was going to say 2 things. One, the scariest stuff I feel like that we can put into our books is all based in reality, because it's like, it's so much more terrifying when we know it's true, as opposed to just,
or
fantasy.
the stuff that we're really afraid of. Like
Yeah.
that's where all my creepy stuff comes from, is all the
Yes.
stuff I don't like. I stick in my books.
Yeah.
Me. And
And
also, when I looked at your campaign, because I got a sneak peek, you guys,
Yeah.
I could tell that this is going to be one of your darker books,
Yeah.
just based off of what was on there. I was like, this is gonna give people nightmares.
Well, that's impressive, because Immortal Era goes some pretty dark places.
Yes, but I write horror, Dan. So like Immortal Era and Path of the Pale Rider are a lot similar.
Yeah.
And so when I'm reading Immortal Era, I'm right at home. But this one, I was like, I'm sorry, you guys, but this is fucked up. Like, we're gonna have nightmares. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, it's got me scared of having floaters. We were talking about that, Dash. Hi, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, Dash.
It's gonna be nightmare fuel for sure. Why don't you do you want to show off the preview?
Let me pull up the preview page before we hit that launch button. So let me get there in my squinty form. Although I just got a new computer, it's bigger, so I don't have to squint quite as much. So that is good. A beautiful thing. It's not good that my computer just died out of the blue, but you take the positives with that, and that is a shiny new computer that
the less squinting, the less future floaters.
Yeah, I guess so. And I wonder, that is something I truly do wonder about, is I probably would have developed floaters eventually, but did those years of having to do online teaching accelerate the development of those floaters? Because it was literally staring at screens for 7 hours a day, every day for 18 months. And I can't imagine it did any favors for my eyes that were already not the best. But did it move those floaters faster, where maybe it would have been in my 60s that I got them, but instead I got them in late 40s? It's hard to say. You never know.
Let's blame COVID. Why not?
Yeah, there you go. COVID
did
for
it.
everything. Yeah, I'll blame COVID for all the things.
Hey, Dylan.
Dylan, how's it going? All right.
He says he saw you last night on Artcasters.
Yes.
That's a great show, isn't it?
It was great. And we were talking just about kind of autobiographical creations and how you can turn your worst moments into a positive, because in the end, people are going to relate. And those who have never had floaters, this story is going to go above their head, and it can just be some cool body horror that you read. But those who have, whenever I've talked to people at cons and things like that, and you just talk about, it's about floaters, like, I have those. Ooh, this is the one I need to read. So anyone who's had them, this is what they want to read. So
just chuckling at Fish being grossed out.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to have them really bad, and I kind of wonder, when you were talking about causes, I wonder if it wasn't because my Tourette's was a lot worse and I shook my head real violently all the time.
Okay.
But I don't have nearly the problem with them now. But yeah, it used to be kind of hard to see at times.
Yeah. All right. So let's dig into the campaign. So we have the story. I kind of write it starting. Have you or loved one ever experienced eye floaters much like the video? So if you're not, you're lucky. So we see Dan's kind of first impressions of the floaters, and he even put, if you look up here in the ceiling fan, the monkey pull chain, which is what my ceiling fan has. I had to add that. That's just kind of a fun thing, because the first day that I looked at the floaters and they got worse was the day I was looking up at the monkey pull chain and thinking, oh crap, this is getting worse.
I was wondering why you put that into the script. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was because that's my view. When I look up in the morning, I see the monkey on the ceiling fan. So
that's great.
It was my nod to my anyone in the house knows exactly what that is. They're like, oh, that's the monkey on your thing. So yeah, that's why it was in there, because it's such a weird and overly detailed thing, but I wanted it to be my view the first time I was looking up with those floaters.
Ah, fantastic.
And there's my home. There's our homeless woman who attacked me, but she ends up being a huge part of it. And this panel
Freaky.
is just the best. I love it. It's kind of his things are beginning to spiral out of his control. He doesn't know if what he's seeing is real, what he's seeing is fake, and it's just with the pencil
really
version looked great.
you.
The color version looks amazing, and Fish kind of did something like that in his cover. So I love that. It's going to be a beautiful foil and now even a t-shirt. So
A, that's really gross. So it inspired me. B, that looks a lot like my daughter-in-law. So also I was like, okay, I know what she looks like. I could draw her.
That's hilarious. So she made it in. So all right, we got this is the main cover that Dan did. Nice and gross with
Can we talk about this?
head right on there. Yeah. So Dan, tell us about this cover.
Please.
Well, I mean, it's just a cover, so
why?
It seemed logical to me.
Yeah. I mean,
why? Why is this conglomeration logical? We got someone screaming without an eyeball. We got a dead body with the head separate from it, which I can't tell if the face is on the ground or what. And then a police officer pointing a shotgun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of covers kind of representing what's happening in the books. So this is kind of like just a summary of all the stuff that's happening, right? Some of the main points with the main character, the police officer, obviously the woman who is the homeless woman, and kind of everything that instigated it or what started the story at the beginning of the issue. So it's just kind of a mashup of all those things.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's going to die.
Yeah, it's not a happily ever after kind of story, but it was written in a very dark place. My head, and that's why I wrote it as a one shot. That was intentional. I want this to be a one and done. I don't want to be in the mindset to write an issue 2. It comes down to that. And then we are going to do it in black and white. So we're going to do a black and white version because one of the kind of the inspirations and thoughts that went through my head were Junji Ito. And the kind of crazy stuff that he does with the floater head and all of those kind of things. I thought, I want this to have that black and white book version for the people that want to read it more like a manga, although it's going to be straightforward. We're not going to flip it and make it true manga, but just in that black and white because it looks really cool in black and white as well.
Yeah.
And then the second cover we have, this is from Cesar Oliveira. He is the artist of Immortal Era, and he put a cover together with our 2 main characters, one of our villains of the story. He's the one that decapitated our poor woman right here. And we see the head, like, what's that, page 2, Dan, or 1 or 2? I don't know.
I was like,
yeah, it's right away.
Head goes floating. Head goes flying through the window right away.
It starts with a bang.
Yeah. And then William Russell put together a cover for me, and you see kind of the floater coming out. And he said, well, what color do the floaters need to be? I said, there's really no specific color. They can come out anyway. Sometimes they're black and white. Sometimes they're colored. So I said, have fun. And if we need to change it, we'll change it later. So this isn't a character who's in the story, but I said it doesn't matter because these floaters just kind of move around. I can kind of equate it with Smile. When you think of the Smile movie, it's that smile curse, and it just goes from one person to the next. What's the reason for it? I don't know. And the more you try to explain any of these things, the worse it becomes. Every time you try to over origin story things, it just bombs. You get Darth Vader screaming no, and everything fucks up from there. So
what's that movie? Is it Fallen? Where they go, time is on my side. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think
that one.
That's
that's a feeling I'm getting here. Where it's just like they kind of jump around. I'm not okay. I don't like it.
So here we have the Fish Lee cover that is going to be holofoil. So what you see here is not gonna. It's gonna look 10 times more incredible when you see this. The lights coming from the house. And this floater face and these police sirens all done in holofoil, it is going to pop. Wow. So Fish, you can tell us about your cover a little bit.
Well, you had the the inspiration idea for doing an homage to the movie poster.
Mhm.
I'm blanking. What was it?
Fright
Fright
Night.
Night? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I loved that idea, and I love doing movie poster style stuff anyway, and
Mhm.
doing homage covers is always fun. And then with that awesome face, like I said from the book, I was really inspired with the tentacles coming out of her head, and like I said, she did kind of look like my daughter-in-law.
That's
So it
funny.
was I know how to draw that
You're
face.
not nice.
So that was kind of a shoe in, and then
Yeah.
I never expected to draw as many tentacles as I do in my job, especially if I'm not working in Japan or something.
Yeah.
But I started doing it on one thing, and it turns out I'm pretty good at it, and it's fun, and I
Yeah.
enjoy the little noodly bits and all the little suckers going in all the different directions, and it's fun to take them in all kinds of crazy directions, and then having things digging into the eyelids and
Mhm.
bullet holes and just lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, I was like, those are bullet holes, aren't they?
Yeah, and we see
Like-
that when we get to the preview in just a minute. You'll see that. I'm going to pull up real quick the Fright Night cover so you can see, because this was all conceived at moments when my wife was in the bathroom on our anniversary trip. So it was like Fish was like, nope, you got to make sure. And then she would say, like, don't make me text Fish if I see you on your damn phone. So yeah, it was funny. So this is our cover. Let me get that up. I know it's like multi-step. So this is the Fright Night cover. You can see kind of the face comes out. You have the house with some lights on it in the evening with the full moon. So I know it's not the biggest thing, but I love that cover. And it was kind of like Fish asked me, what do you want to do? And of course, then you're thinking, crap, what do I want to do? I haven't really thought of that. I just thought I want Fish to do a cover. And yeah, we were going through it, and I would tell him, like, he would say, like, all right, you're texting, you should be focusing. I'm like, nope, bathroom break. I'm using this, like, quick text. And then as soon as my wife gets out, like, phone back in the pocket, put it down.
I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, well, she knew. She gave me the permission, like, you can do it, because we were
usually like I work on things really fast, but when I heard like he was on this special trip, I was like, dude, you can take your time. Like, we don't have to do this right now. But he's like, oh no, she's in the bathroom. I'm good. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was literally using her bathroom breaks to, do it. And we bought that unlimited soda thing. So bathroom breaks, you got several of them. So it was just, all right, quick. And then she's like, I don't want to see you texting. I don't want you, no business. This is our 25th anniversary trip. You're not here to be doing that nonsense. So I just knew, okay, use it between the bathroom breaks.
Ooh, geez. I would have been mad. Turn off the phone.
All right.
That's a great cover, though. Great job, Fish. And just that scene that you wrote, it's fantastic. And I could totally see it happening in a movie with the machine gun bullets going through the wall and the lights kind of streaming through. It was just so cinematic. So it was really nice.
And I told him it's going to be for the foil, so he gave it the really cool the lights. All those bullet holes are what are really going to pop, and those sirens are going to they're going to look so good when we get to the actual
put it back up. I have questions.
Oh wait, is it not up? Sorry.
Oh, here, I'll put it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was scrolling but not actually being seen. So there you go. All right, so go ahead.
Okay. So what's with the roof? Why is there a tarp with
some tires
on top? What's going on there?
Your roof doesn't have tires and a tarp on it?
No, is that a normal thing?
We're talking to the rich ones in here.
Your house probably don't have wheels on it either.
No,
fancy house.
Where do you think we put the tires when we take them off?
Yeah, now you're busted.
No, just trying to give everything character, not just the people itself, but the environment around it too. So you get a flavor of the neighborhood, of the houses, and things like that.
See, that was my favorite part about it when I spotted it in the book, because I was like, okay, I know this place. Like, I've lived down the road from this place before. Like, I recognize this house. Yeah. And like you said, it gives it character more than just being a plain ranch style roof,
Yeah.
Where other than the bullet holes, there'd be no character. But the antenna on the roof, the satellite dish, the tires holding the tarp down. There's all kinds of good stuff there.
Yeah, Dan added all those effects. That wasn't in my script. Dan just kind of did that knowing who he was. So, hey, Pops, how is it going?
Hi, Pops.
You guys would not believe why I'm late.
Ah.
Oh, something good, I hope.
I spent the last 2 hours removing one line of code from 340 shows that we've uploaded to Roku.
Damn.
One line of code. I don't know why, but for some reason, you know how when you hit the fast forward button, it shows you little windows of what's happening in the show as it goes forwards. Stop where you want, right?
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, Plan 9 from Outer Space was running on the fast forward queue on every show.
Wow.
And I had to go remove it from every show.
Wow.
Talk about a tedious 5-step motion over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty terrible.
I
was going to ask you if you were at the doctor getting your floaters removed.
Yeah, that's equally terrible in a different way.
I got something else to say about the title of this book.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of a Suzanne Summers show where she talked about the difference between floaters and sinkers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Are you talking about poop?
Yes, that's why.
Why?
At the request of someone who looked at the campaign, he said, make sure you put a body horror story. So that's why it's a one-shot body horror. I changed it in the description. But yeah, I can see that. So it's been changed. But if you've had eye floaters, you know they're the other ones that don't sink. They just keep floating.
Right. She was referring to healthy,
Fish,
versus unhealthy, right? And she's like,
killed fish.
You're healthy, right? And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on while I launch my Kickstarter, Floaters, A Tale of Two
I
Toilets.
actually have a story about the other kind too.
What?
The eye ones or the...
What are we doing right now?
Where have we
That's what we do in the follow-up.
Lori knows this story. Do you remember when my son and I went kayaking for the first time, Lori?
When you were what?
When we went kayaking for the first time.
We
didn't get 100 yards down the shoreline, and we found a floating body chained to a
wow.
Serious
it's
business.
A different kind of floater, yeah.
And see, that one could
I was like, are we talking about poop again?
Now that we could have a floating body. I don't think we do, but I guess
going down the river in a kayak, I've seen more than one.
No, we were on a lake. We were on the lake, Mitch. We were on the lake, and we didn't get 100 yards up the lake shore. We were looking for a place to fish, right?
Wow.
We didn't get 100 yards up the shore, and I saw it, and I was like, oh shit! And I'm starting to try and row away from it, and my son, who was on the other side of me, saw it, and he was trying to row toward it.
Oh no!
And he kept closer and closer, and I'm like, dude, you don't want to know what that is, because I knew right away. I was like, oh my God,
yikes!
Freaking body, right?
Wow.
Now we have to make a phone call.
Yeah, and I'm trying to leave the scene, right? I don't even want to be there. My son's like,
you're like, I don't like the police.
We need to call somebody, and I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, I think we need. That's. I made a good kid. I ain't necessarily a great person, but I made a good kid.
Well, now that we have covered all the kinds of floaters,
yes, we have multiple to choose from, but this one concerns the eye ones and maybe a floating in the river one if they dispose of the body that way. Yeah, so yes, in the book we have some add-ons. In Mortal Era, you can get the hardcover or soft cover trades.
Cool.
Corruptor issues 1 and 2 are available. We have the hard, soft, and preview edition of Cthulhu, and in that one you get me and you get Dan, because Dan has a story in there as well. Do you have 1 or 2 stories in this version?
Wait, which one? Which book is it?
That's the first volume of Cthulhu.
The first volume? I think I have 2 stories.
Okay.
Really?
Because I know you have 3 Billy Goats Gruff, because that's in the preview one. And then I'm pretty sure you did at least art for another one.
I did, yeah. I kind of snuck in.
I'm looking forward to that next one. I made it in. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get Dan both a story from me and a story from Dan right here in this one. And actually,
Nice.
there's not a lot of us telling Laurie earlier, there's not a lot of Immortal Era back issues because I am insanely low on stock. I think I have like 6 copies of issue 8 left, maybe about 10 number 9s. So if
There's
I'm
only
going to
one issue 5, and I already claimed it.
it
I
is
was like,
yours.
Ed,
Issue 5 is yours.
mine.
And if I'm going to blast through all my remaining stock of Immortal Era, it's got to be on an Immortal Era campaign.
Yeah,
So that's what I figure is let Immortal Era take all the stock down because it's going when 12 comes out. That means there's also another trade. So the fact that I don't have any more issue 8s is no big deal. And that one sold higher than a lot of ones because I got the band Thursday to give me permission to use their lyrics on the book. So a lot of people who had never backed me before came and bought issue 8 and then disappeared because they just wanted the cover from Thursday. And then I actually saw him in concert not too long ago and had him sign a few of the copies as well on the back. So we have front and back signed ones.
Did you fix that, Pops?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I was like, Ed is the skeleton.
I'm a skeleton. Oh, I must have hit the wrong button. But we have this Immortal Era cover that Dan did for me at RocketCon. So we did our EC homage. So I figured this is a perfect one to put in this campaign because this is another of his covers. And I love how this one came out. The comic shop that we did it for, which is also does a con, they love it. Even when they do San Diego, this is their front and center one because they just love how it came out. They have a nice CGC 9.8 that they put up. And speaking of CGC 9.8s, we have that too. We have the 9.8 signed of Immortal Era, the Dan copy, and then we have the Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales preview one. And if you want graded Cthulhu ones, you're only getting it in the previews because they won't grade trade paperbacks. So
they won't. I didn't know that.
Right.
And then Dan is letting me use some of his original art for the campaign as well. So we have the art cover, and that one you got to buy everything in the kitchen sink, which gets you shirts, which gets you graded, gets you a little bit of everything, and that's how you get the cover. But we have a few of our other pages. I'll zoom them in a little bit.
Get your own set of floaters, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. We have one of
my
my favorite pages right here.
Jeez. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. I was like, I didn't even have to see that. I already knew there was this, and it's a one shot, so you know it's chock full of stuff.
Yeah, it's not chock full of happiness and puppies. Although there's a dog and it bites him.
I want to see Ed's children's book. That's what I want to see.
I mean, you could claim it's a coloring book in black and white.
My children's book is in development, but it's kind of Goosebumps level children's book. It still won't. I don't think I can write a straight kind of just like fun, happy book. I don't think it's in my DNA.
I can't do it.
I could try, but even my books that go back to when I was
head in a jar.
When I was 8 or 9 years old, I wrote about lizard overlords taking over the world because the people were using their skin to make hat bands and belts. That, because I grew up in the kind of place where they would kill the snakes and the lizards and make hat bands and belts. So
and how close to the truth you may be.
Yeah. All right. So
so Ed. Yes. So I do all my pages. I work traditionally, right? So I do all the pencils. I work with dip pens and India ink to do all the inking. So the cool thing about the original art is when you got it, it's on blue line paper, not the brand blue line, but it's on Strathmore with the blue lines on it, the cyan lines. And you can, if you touch it, you can actually feel the bumps in the ink from the raised ink parts and everything, and it's got that kind of inky smell to it. So for lovers of art, it's a cool thing to have that you can like see the ink on there and feel the texture of it too. It's pretty cool.
And he gave up some incredibly good pages. I mean, I love the pages that he gave. There's some of the darker ones, but I mean, there's not that many light pages to be had. I think there's one page of kind of levity and lightness, the calm before the storm page, because I wanted to kind of establish our couple, that they're a nice, happy couple who enjoy each other's company before he wields a giant knife with, at her. So
as much fun though as what Dan said about, like feeling, don't be fingering the art, put it behind some glass, put it on the wall.
Well, you feel it, then you frame it.
You
can be like,
just put it on the wall.
Once they buy it, they can do what they want with it. It's theirs. I mean, if they want
Yeah, I guess
to
so.
go ahead with
You
it.
got to get those archival gloves, right? The rubber gloves,
Yeah,
like in a
get those
museum.
gloves, touch it.
That National Treasure when they steal the independence, the
Declaration, yeah.
Declaration of Independence. You got to wear the gloves. Yeah,
You got to wear the gloves. Then you put it in the frame, but you can feel the bumps because that is cool. I love getting original artwork. It's one of those things where I might end up just buying one myself, so I own it. But it's great that Dan's letting me use those because that brings more interest to the campaign. So I definitely appreciate that. And now we have our sneak peek. So here's where Fish got the tires and everything. So Dan definitely gave this personality, and I love Maya's kind of police-like colors throughout this one. Mm-hmm. And she said she had never done lights like this, so it was fun for her, but she was just freaking out. Like, is this good enough? Is this okay? Because my notes were kind of like, I trust you, make it look good. And that's not great notes, but when you've been working with someone for 8 issues, it's a lot easier to give notes like that. Because when she started with Immortal Era, there were very meticulous notes. And the biggest note that I gave her is you don't have to be Viviana. You don't have to be a carbon copy of her. Bring your own voice to this book and it's okay. So for this one, I told her, just, you know what, have fun. And if I have notes to give you, then I'll give them to you as we move along. But yeah, she loved this one. This is our kind of opening splash page where we see the house where Fish kind of made the floater head popping out of it. And then we see the police are about to get into the house, and we see
a head.
His poor wife's head flying through a window. And our poor police officer's like, he's having a vomit. When I think that's like the 3rd time I put vomit into the book. I don't know what my problem is with that.
Yeah, I just put it in one of mine for the first time too.
Yeah, because there's an Immortal Era with it too. At least 1, maybe 2 Immortal Eras, but yeah, I mean, like Dan said, Immortal Era is not exactly like your happy book, but Laurie writes in the same realm of unhappiness. It's like we discovered that we're definitely linked in the same brain when we're writing Immortal Era and Path of the Pale Rider.
Yeah.
I felt really guilty about putting it in my book too, because when I was a kid, I turned the page on Mad Magazine and these rockers were throwing up on stage as they're like into their act. And I threw up in my kitchen turning the page and looking at it.
Wow.
So I've always avoided it up until now because I
happening.
didn't want to cause that in somebody else. But a scene that happens in Alice 3, like, somebody's gonna lose their lunch at what happens. So.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right. And if the flying decapitated head doesn't get you, then the vomiting on the next page might.
So one of the things I like to do in disgusting pages is to put something beautiful in it. So if you notice back on the panel with the severed head on the grass, I put some flowers in there to make it look a little nice.
It's a good juxtaposition.
I love it. Like there's a decapitated head of a poor wife in complete shock because her husband was probably a good guy before all this happened. These aren't homicidal maniacs. They are driven to madness from the floaters.
It's right up until you sever the head. That's the line between good husband and bad.
Yeah, so he's now a bad husband. He's crossed the line. But the beauty of her flower garden
right there.
There might be a few more steps, Fish. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to figure out, did the flowers did the flowers come out the window with her? Like
no, they're on the ground.
I mean, she may have tires on the roof, but she can take pride in a beautiful garden still.
She likes to roll around in rose bushes too. She likes to roll around in rose bushes. We know somebody.
Dante's always killing all the roses. Damn it.
Yes. So all right, we see him breaking in, and this is kind of where Fish's cover comes from as well. This is one of the pages I sent him so he could kind of see what I was going for, and you see the bullets coming through, and this scene does get revisited. We jump, the next page moves directly to our main protagonist waking up and seeing his floaters for the first time with his monkey pull chain, which the weird detail that now makes sense to Dan. Dan's like, all right, I'll draw what you say, but what the hell is up with the monkey pull chain? But yeah, it was because that is my view from the bed when I look up of the ceiling fan, the monkey
seahorse
pull
on the
chain,
ceiling?
and for a little while the floaters. Now there's one floater who's still hanging out, but that's it. It's like one, and now I get to play the eternal game of gnat or floater. So I squat at it, and it's like, oh, is that a gnat or is that a floater? And sometimes my wife will be like, oh, that one's actually a gnat. Okay, good. Swap.
This is not the year for that game. Oh, it's been miserable.
The game that I'll never stop playing because the one stupid floater got to hang in and never go away. So yeah, this is where we see kind of our, I guess, 2 pages of the happiness. We see that they're a great couple, and then everything goes downhill from there. So we get this 4-page preview. Once we begin lettering, I will put the lettered version up. I always do that kind of mid-campaign because right now I got to go through next week, go through the script in a lot of detail, make sure it's good, and then Dan does his second job on the book and gets the letters nice and perfect.
Look at that.
So there we go. There's me, little chibi me. I decided to use that instead of my.
Did you launch yet?
Let's do this shit. All right.
Quit
You know what?
already.
Why don't I stop?
Sarah, I love Sarah. Sarah's
Yes.
like, yeah, launch party.
So let's see. We can launch. We'll go through creators. There's Dan. He brings his amazing dark art to this because this one had to be dark, and I love it. And Maya kind of brought a different color scheme than Immortal Era, which is great because you want it to have a different feel and vibe. And one of the things we are doing again, I don't do it on Immortal Era because it's just too many books to try to figure out. Operation Gratitude. We send books to soldiers who are deployed overseas. So if you go into the add-on category, you pick Operation Gratitude. You're paying for 1 book. I donate a matching book. So for every Operation Gratitude tier that you pick in the add-ons, soldiers will get 2 copies of this book. So
But do you really? You're gonna send them this book?
Yeah.
This book. Of all the books, just this one.
They don't care.
Do I have a nice book to send them?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Send him Immortal. No, send him Corrupted. No.
Send them something to remind them of home.
They definitely would rather get this than something new from Marvel.
I don't know, man. When it talks about going through crazy shit and questioning your own sanity, you probably don't want to send that to our troops. Send away. They'll enjoy it.
Yeah, but I actually have a few deployed soldiers who back every single time, and you have to mail it to the weirdest locations, but it gets to them on the base. So I have a few who are always backing, and they've read my dark shit, so I figure so let some other soldiers get it. Maybe just you can send a little warning like, okay, it's dark material, but they're adults. They can look at it and say, this is for me. This isn't for me. You're not sending it to children.
Right.
Everyone who's getting it is 18 and older. So stretch goals. We're going to do the digital comic bundle at the 1,000, the standard cover magnet, foil cover magnet, and short print magnet. People seem to like the magnets. That's one of the constant feedback that I get is we love these magnets. Keep sending them. My fridge has your whole collection. So that's something I continue to do. Then we get into our stickers, and then at the end, the poker chip
meat on the meat cooler.
So
the magnet of the meat.
So there we go. I'm gonna stop sharing so that I can get this thing launched, and Sarah will not yell at me.
I know. Sarah's typing in all caps.
All right. So now I'll do this off the screen. Oh, yikes.
You ought to make a tier like a retailer tier where like I could support it and I get a copy and you ship like 10 copies overseas.
You know what? I forgot to add a retail tier. It will be added right after we do this launch show. I'll make sure I get in there and put a retail tier where you get 10 books at cost. And I know TC Rockets is the name of the comic shop that does Rocket Con. They always buy a retail tier. They have a whole shelf that's just my books. It's so damn cool when you go in there. All right. Oh,
stop talking.
First. All right. So I hit the wrong button. So that's where I stopped. And I've been known to distract myself. So yes, I squirrel dogged for a moment. Forgive me.
She's still typing in all caps, by the way.
All right. So let's. Let's get back
Sarah,
to
we
that
love
project
you.
overview. So I can hit that wonderful button that says I'm ready to launch. And yes, I agree with their terms. Let's launch this bad boy.
Launch. I'm refreshing and refreshing.
All right, so it should be
I always
in.
get
We
clicked as a
are
bot for
we are
refreshing.
live. So let me
Woo-hoo!
add this. We
Laurie.
need this link in the chat. All right.
Yes.
They
What?
would not let me
Sure.
share this to my own Facebook group. Would you do that for me, please?
Share it to your Hold please.
Hey,
I have
no!
access.
Let me share my
That's
own
my
content
password.
with my own group.
All
No.
right, so there we go. It is live right now. Finally live at this book because it took me, actually, it took a long time. I don't even remember how long it was between when I kind of just ran it by Dan to when it was an actual script. I go, oh yeah, that book I was telling you about, we're actually ready. So yeah, it took a little bit. And actually, I got to tell about this. Dan, him being a writer himself, he was able to kind of talk about a couple scenes. He said it might be better if we add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I think the homeless woman gets the most development because of Dan giving me a couple of notes of this might work a little better. This might work a little better. So Dan helped me with the notes, and I definitely appreciate that.
I need to know who got first backer.
Ooh, I don't know. I
You have to look.
Yeah, that's my job. I'm the one to see that backer report.
I think it's me.
By the frickin', and I was. It had my picture up in the corner. It's like, oh, what's your password again?
So let's see. Backer 1 is Laurie. She got in.
Yeah.
She got first. And Fish and Sarah got 2 and 3. So the race was won by Laurie.
What?
Yes,
At
I
least I beat
checked.
Sarah, but that stupid password gets me every time.
It got you. Yes. All right. So yes, let's. Hopefully you're watching this. You can hit in there and back this. All right. Yeah, is Madness removed from Facebook?
Yeah, I don't see it.
All right.
It is not gone. I'm looking.
Not only did
Let
I
me
not.
see. I'll try it. I'll go on Facebook and look and see.
Try
Now I
going
can
there.
actually pledge for something I want.
I just
instead
share
of
it
just whatever I
from
click
what's
for.
on
That
my.
link right there. If you go to that link, put it in that
Madness
group.
Entertainment Group. There it is. Let me go to it, and I'm gonna post this up. All right. So
Yeah, I can't put the link to the show or the campaign. It won't let me put anything in my own
you're
group.
banned from your own group.
How'd that happen?
It doesn't
What'd
say
you
I'm
do?
banned. It says, I guess I post too much to my own group. My own
To a group you own and
I
created.
got blocked for
Facebook.
spamming.
All
It's
right.
like let me decide what spam is in my group. How about
Yeah. So it's posted in there now in the group. So yeah, let's get in there, get the backing going. And yeah, the goal is 2,000. It's pretty much to make sure I can cover the printing since we're doing all these different variants and everything. My fingers are crossed that Comics Wellspring does another Black Friday sale and I can capitalize on that because those are always beautiful when they do those. Because I think they did 25% off on one of them. So that's where I order I'll order my second print of the Immortal Era trade at that price for sure. Yeah, because I was talking to Laurie, and that I'm down to my last, I think, 40 copies. So it's almost sold out.
Carrie sent me a message asking if this book was about bloaters, about poop.
Wrong kind. The I one. That's why I had to put body horror, because that was something Matt took a look at my campaign, and Matt said, or no, Matt Knowles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and he said, you might want to specify so people know it's not the other floaters, because he goes, those who have never had eye floaters won't know what you're talking about. So it's like, all right, I will get that in there. I always take the tips and tricks. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, Jared.
I hope you got that sweet Mr. Fish cover.
Yes.
That's what I back
Can
for.
I give a shout out to Jared? Books of Riot is live on Kickstarter right now too. So if you all looking for some more stuff to add to your collection, go check out Books of Riot. I lettered that book.
Oh, sweet.
So you know.
So I know Nim is part of the network, and he actually won the gift card last time. Oh. So we did a gift card that I randomly I'd used the number randomizer, and I put in all the numbers who were physical backers, and Nem was the winner of the gift card. So there should be another $50 gift card for this one as well for all physical backers. So
speaking of Nem, he's not doing well right now. Everybody throw your good vibes his way, man. We need him back.
Yeah. Let's hope he's
positive thoughts to Nem, please.
Yes.
And thank you, Jared. I appreciate that.
All right, so
I didn't look. 4 backers,
right,
$83. Let's refresh.
Sweet. I think that's where we stand for the moment. I haven't sent out my newsletter. That's after this show. I'll send out the newsletter, hit all the old campaigns and get that in there. So Dan, well, for you, I was wondering, what was the the funnest page you had to do for this, or the most challenging where you didn't know what the hell was in my brain?
Well, I had to try out a few things with the concept that the floater faces were kind of in the air around the person's head. So I was trying to visualize what that might look like, how it would work. So that was kind of challenging. But yeah, I mean, the whole book was a blast. Just the variety of different scenes, the concept itself. The only thing that I wish I did more of is I feel like I didn't go far enough to like really capture the horror that you wrote into this book. Just some of the scenes and everything. It's it's wild.
You got Laurie, who's already freaking out. So
I'm already freaking out based off of what I see on the campaign.
Yeah, I'm blind from rubbing my eyes now.
But I was like, I also know Ed, so I know that based off of what I'm seeing, that we're not even seeing the worst. So the worst is still coming.
Yeah, there's some twisted stuff in there, and that was the thing where I remember when my wife was reading through the script, she's like, I just can't visualize these floater faces. What do you mean? And I said, well, if there's a few Junji Ito books where you can see there's like 2 heads on things, but I didn't want it to be. I didn't want to put a picture. So then Dan's thinking, oh, I'll just do this Junji Ito thing. I kind of let his imagination run wild, and he made it so you get these kind of floaters coming out of the head and making the little kind of cloud of a face above whoever the one that got the floaters is. So almost like Laurie's rabbit.
Well, what?
This is what it said.
This comic is almost like Laurie's rabbit.
I missed that reference.
Rabbit. The rabbit. So we've been playing this game on the Tuesday Morning Brew called Would You Hug This?
Okay.
Yeah, and I put up just random things, usually animals, and I asked people if they would hug it. But there is a bunny plague going around right now.
Oh.
It's like these warty tentacles. They look like tentacles coming out of like bunnies and squirrels. And so wow. I always throw this like warty rabbit on the screen, and I see if people will hug it.
Oh, how funny!
No, the answer has been no. Sorry.
Yeah, and there's nothing huggable in this one. Even the dog, and the dog. I didn't talk about that when we were just dealing with it. The dog did actually happen too. I did get bit by a dog when I was out on a run right after the floaters had developed. So I was out on my run, and this woman is same kind of thing. She's just sitting in her yard, 2 dogs not on leashes, and this dog charges at me, just chomps on my hand for a bit as I'm trying to back the dog off. And then the woman's like, I'm so sorry. He's normally not like that. Like, motherfucker, leash your dog. So
wow.
I think those were my exact words as there's blood coming down my arm. And I just thought, ooh, I gotta edit and add that one in the book. So
next time, just do like an autobiographical book.
I know.
Next time, just write the actual history. It wouldn't be quite as terrifying, but it'd be pretty damn close.
Just do exactly what your life is.
Sounds like you had a rough time, man.
Then I could have put the naked streaker in there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had to worry about how he could fit in the plot. So there when we do our extended version, and it's our 48-page extra everything that actually happened in my life during this, where we can get the needle going in and all that good stuff.
I have a suggestion.
All streakers were naked. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I just think that he
but
needs
not
to
normally
streak.
it's found in hospitals.
He needs to streak out of something on the first page, and then you see him streak again at the very last page. So it's just like, what is it in there?
I don't know if any of
He
you
just
have
keeps
actually
streaking through books. Like the
I don't
next
know if
one.
Oh, in all your books.
Plane to a con,
Thank you, Matt. Yeah,
and the whole
next
story
Immortal
after
Era
that
issue, I
about
got to write the
the
streaker into
D&D.
that one.
I have actually experienced this streaker, guys. And it was the funniest thing because it was a Boy Scout jamboree and it was pretty much nothing but dudes. And I was like, why? Why would you guys do that? You know?
I would like to put a challenge out there to the indie comics community that everybody in every book should have one panel where somebody is streaking through, and it should be the same person for every indie title.
Hilarious.
All right. And see, I
Name
couldn't
him.
through.
truly describe the streaker, because what it comes down to is I was dilated, he was blurry, he was definitely a homeless dude, but yeah, it was just funny. You can't keep me here. I'm giving myself freedom. I'm checking myself out. It's like, yes, today is the weirdest day of my life.
I'm just sitting there thinking, like, where could I squeeze a streaker into the background?
Yeah.
And like have him get lost in a crowd and you don't realize it until you really go looking for him.
Oh, see, I could do a
Like,
streaker
where's
with no head.
Waldo?
They don't know that they're streaking. They're just a running body who's naked. That would be easy in Immortal Era.
This is true.
It's like we've had headless. There's plenty of
genius.
decapitated heads in that story. I mean, one's a character, as you know. But in this one, the decapitated head doesn't do anything but, go through the flowers in beauty and grotesque. And I love that. I didn't know that one. So where's the streaker?
Dylan, you missed the first half of the show.
Yeah.
Where we were talking about the experiences that led up to this story.
Yeah.
And it was with Ed at the hospital, like a series of hospitals with just like crazy homeless people and people streaking, and
the 1.5-star hospital that I got to spend many hours of my life in.
Yeah. The lady that shook him and told him that he wasn't real.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. I was like, damn, that was when the nugget of the story began. It was that homeless woman kind of hatched the idea. Because like I said, up until that point, I was just working on Immortal Era. I thought if I'm stuck in a hospital waiting room for 7 hours, at least I can be productive. So I was with my notebook. I got a good amount of notes done to get that final script for 12 finished. But then the homeless woman kind of brought the whole thought in my head of, wow, there's something more, especially because she's yelling this at me at the same time that the doctor's telling me, oh no, you're just fine. You're wrong to say that there's actually anything wrong with you. So I had that, I had her, and the next day, everything kind of came to life.
What?
That's why I didn't get diagnosed till I was 30, because everybody just diagnosed me as faking it for attention. And that really stunk.
Yeah, I can imagine when you're told that you're wrong and you're not.
That messes with your head after a while too.
It does.
I was a kid, having all these weird twitches and tics, and when they keep telling me after years and years that I'm faking it for attention, like I remember one day I was shaking so bad I couldn't get off the toilet, and I remember just screaming at myself, who are you trying to impress? There's nobody here. Like I was starting to believe that I was doing it subconsciously for attention. And I was like, there's nobody give you any attention. You're here alone. I have Tourette syndrome. Turns out once I went to the right doctor, he walked in the room and saw me twitching and jerking. And he was like, how long have you had Tourette's? And I was like, I don't. And he's like, oh, yes, you do.
Yeah. And I guess that's what happened with me too. I went to the right doctor and he's like, what amateur couldn't find these retinal tears that are clear as day? So yeah, it's one of those things when you get to the right doctor, it kind of puts everything into perspective. Like, I haven't lost my mind. That homeless woman's not right. I am real. And that was just one of those things where you get that sense of vindication. And that's why I did throw that doctor's name in there. That is the one doctor that does get name checked in the book, where she's saying you have to go to Israel, and Israel being Dr. Israel, the one who found the retinal tears, took images of them. And you would think they wouldn't need to Q-tip me once they have the images, but no, I think they just thought, no, let's Q-tip him because this story's not quite formed
That's just part
yet.
of the hazing. It's not like
it takes a little more torture to build the real story.
Like, can we actually charge your insurance if we don't?
That's it. Insurance requires a certain amount of poking if they're going to take.
And you're like, what was the anal probe for then?
Like, I had no problems there. We didn't know what kind of floaters you were talking about, sir.
Did poking it fix anything? No.
No.
All right, we'll pay for the surgery.
Yeah. Oh man, that was
try poking it 4 times.
Poked at least 4.
I think the next horror story could be dealing with the insurance to get them to approve the second surgery. That'll be the sequel, because that was a horror story of its own.
Gosh.
Because it was a different network, so they're like, "Oh, this isn't our network, so we want to prove it." And then it's like this circle of hell, calling one person to the next, and they're like, "You need to talk to this person." You're pinging. So every day.
Oh, we don't do that here. You need to call that person. No, we don't do that here. Who told you that? You call Laurie. No, Laurie don't do that.
So finally,
no, I don't take your insurance. Sorry, I might do it, but not for free.
Yeah, Laurie, you can get a Q-tip and poke my eye because that was
poke you in the eye.
I'll do that for free.
That helps activate the floaters because pain activates the floaters. That's what we discover. So that's why the dog causes pain. The poking, the doctor's doing it because he needs to activate the pain so those floaters finally can take over. So yeah,
poking you in the eye helps.
Yeah, I know, Ed, you said that this is a one-shot, but it's such a cool idea, and there is that potential that it could go much further than this, right? Like, you think about the movies where you see the zombie apocalypse just starting with a few people getting bit. So this is, again, it's just a cool idea, and it has such potential for the future if you decided to go that way.
I think it could be, talking about that, it could make a cool anthology where you just let everyone write a story of a floater coming. Like, okay, it's like there's no real rules to the universe besides the floaters get you, they take you over and tell that story. But yeah, it is one of those things where I say it's a one shot, but I could easily write, I think if I ever did it, I wouldn't write it as a series, just a sequence of one shots.
I want you to write a very messed up choose your own adventure story.
Yes.
Where, like, as you turn the pages, the words start to get blurry and there's floaters on the page.
Yes.
Oh.
See, I'm here for that. Turn
Don't mind
the
me,
page for Q-tips, turn the other page for dog, turn to this page for streakers.
Yeah.
So choose your own person.
You chose streaker, but you get Q-tips instead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which page you turn to. Q-tips.
Yeah, Q-tips are always there. You think, oh, I picked the streaker, but nope. You gotta you still have to go to the Q-tips. They're always there.
Doesn't matter what the question is. One of the answers is always like, do you want to do this? Turn to page 40. Ha! Streaker, fooled you.
Just a naked dude on the page.
I'm gonna turn left or right? I'm gonna turn right. Ha! Streaker, fooled you.
The choose your own adventure always leads to the streaker.
And he's just staring at you aggressively.
And there's Dan's idea. We just have the streaker drawn by different people, but it's always the same dude.
That would be a great book.
Ooh, yeah. And then Dylan, this is genius. And then on one page, there's words, but they form a scary face.
Ooh, the floater face formed by the words. I love it.
Yeah,
So I think you're right, Dan. And I think it's one of those ones where I need to revisit it because it's just a world that now, like you said, we've seen the beginning, but it can go a lot farther, and there's still characters we don't know their true fate, so we could tell that, or you could just say, you know what, you can figure it out. You can make the inference of what's going to happen next, and just tell another story of someone wake up with floaters and what happens to them. How does their life get completely wrecked by it?
It's like a horror movie. You can kill Jason, but he can always come back. Like,
do you address how they
come back to somebody else, and you got a whole new set of stories?
Yeah.
Do you address how they get the floaters in the first place, or is it a mystery?
It's a mystery. We see how certain characters get the floaters, but how the floaters develop overall is left as a mystery, because I think the moment you explain the horror, you ruin it. It's just that's what I like about the Smile movies. They never tell you, oh, the Smile curse began in ancient Egypt when someone, rubbed a mummy the wrong way and blah blah and blah. It's like, no,
what are we doing with mummies?
Moves around.
Inappropriate.
So
inappropriate, bad touch with the mummy.
Don't do that to the mummy.
Somebody touched the mummy's no square. They got
I need an adult.
Someone, So when they try to explain it, it ruins it. So I think I would never want to explain it, but we can see how the main character gets the floaters. We do know how he gets them. We know how a couple, because that, Dan, I love the logic you work with, because you're just like, okay, what is the line? Let's follow the line of how the floaters move through this book. And we came up, he came up with the full sequence of, okay, they start here, they move to this one, to this one, to this one, and eventually to that one. And it doesn't move in a straight line. The story kind of bounces around with our timelines, where we go from present to past to future. And I kind of wanted to play with it that way, where it's not just a straight sequence. The floaters, we see their effect all over the place, and then fill in this blank. How did the homeless woman get to her particular state? All of this kind of brought into the story, so that part's explained. The rest, I like to leave it to the mystery.
And I like how the story kind of jumps around like that too, right? Like it starts with the police activity, and then you kind of, and then it cuts, and you can kind of see like the progression of the story with the different characters, and then it goes back to the police scene. So it kind of wraps that whole thing together. It's very nicely done that way.
Thank you. And my original draft, the police scene was done like a news report, but I thought, no, let's just drop them in and let the police scene see what actually happened. We see all these bullets coming out of the house. We know some shit went down, but what went down, and that's the final pages of the book, take us back to the beginning, and we see what went down to the police scene, but it does actually explain how one way the floaters moved. But I won't give that spoiler away. We've given some spoilers away, but I mean, you got to spoil a bit, but it's just, all right, floaters bad. That's the
floaters bad.
Floaters bad.
Spoiler alert.
There's your elevator pitch.
You named the book after them. I thought they were the heroes.
Yeah,
they could be. Maybe it's Mother Nature fighting back against humans.
Oh, do we have a good? Is there a good faction of floaters that develop and make you a good guy? No, not
I was thinking more like that stupid M. Night Shyamalan movie, but no.
Oh man, M. Night Shyamalan.
The plants kill you.
They float around and lead you in the direction you're supposed to go.
To the Thresher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget that. That was the Mark Wahlberg abomination.
Mm-hmm. Don't see it.
Yeah, I made that mistake. I think I watched it on an airplane, so at least it was free. But
yeah,
not great.
It's bad when you're watching an airplane and you still fall asleep during the movie. Like, is that bad?
That happened to me when we were flying to Florida. I was super tired, and I told my wife, I watched a movie. I don't remember what movie I watched. It took me a solid 2 hours to remember what the movie was, The Happening. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie I watched on the airplane was The Death of a Unicorn. And for the life of me, I could not remember what I watched. I mean, it was okay, but I was so tired, it just kind of disappeared from my brain.
Yeah.
Like, I know I watched something, but what was that first hour and a half all about? Tron Ares, yeah.
Sarah, I haven't seen it yet.
We just talked about it on Sarah's show. We talked about the soundtrack on mine. We talked about the movie on hers, and the consensus was it's a movie. It's got cool, shiny things, and that's about that. That's my review.
Oh my God. I saw a meme where it was who's the guy from God, I'm just derailing here. What's the comic book that's famous? The Watchmen, right? The blue guy, Dr. Manhattan. See, I get there eventually. How he was on Mars and he was going through all like, I am such and such years old, and I'm doing this, and then I'm also this years old, I'm doing this, and then I'm so it was about Tron. It's like it's 1980 something, and I'm watching Tron bomb at the box office. It's 2000 and whatever. I'm watching Tron bomb at the box office, and now it's 20, and I'm watching Tron bomb. At the box office.
It's really not wrong. It's so funny because they think I guess they assume there's this deep cult following for Tron, and people are gonna tune in. It's like, wait. You realize it's failed every time it's been done.
Like Tron. They just haven't done a
good Tron. They just not executing the movie well.
They won't drop their hard-earned cash on it. They'll watch it on Disney Plus,
for
maybe.
The nostalgia of it being a weird old '80s movie, not like I want to see you.
Then you get the whole Jared Leto of it. It's like, do they realize people don't like Jared Leto yet?
I don't think so. I think he owes somebody
movies. Eventually, someone will like him.
I don't think somebody he owes somebody money and he's working for free, or
somebody owes him money.
I think
really good BJs to the executives. I mean, I'm just saying, there's something going on there because that man should not get work, and he does.
No, and he goes super method. So he probably lived inside a computer for a while for this movie, and it's one of those things where you see every movie he does lately bombs. His performances are ripped to shreds, and they're thinking, you know what, we should put our huge franchise that's banking on making this year a success.
You know what everybody's talking about? That Jared Leto, we should use him.
That kid's a bright star. He's going places. He was not. He brought the vampire and Morbius. He drank real blood.
The problem with Tron is that technology got better and the movies didn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good technology is.
Really good, and they got all the flashy, shiny stuff, but they've killed the storyline to the point where there's no meat.
That's it. It's like you could have great visuals, but there's no story.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you hire Jared Leto.
Yeah, so there's nothing but monotone.
I want to see Jared Leto and Pedro Pascal do Brokeback Mountain Part 2.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
We don't need that.
Oh, I don't want to watch it.
I love the
nostalgia
of Tron.
Leave the first movie alone.
Movie as a kid.
Yeah.
It's not like a great story.
You watch it. It's because your nostalgia glasses are on.
It just has lots of cool effects.
And, it looked cool for the time.
That was enough to make it awesome to me and a generation of sports. But
is this what it is? Is this what his appeal is, Sarah?
Doing that.
He's so bland, you could just insert yourself into his role and pretend to be part of the movie.
Yeah, and I think with what you're saying, Fish, that's what they hoped would drive people to the box office. Is people like me, people like you who saw it, thought it was cool for its time, will be like, yeah, I love Tron. Let's go see it again. It's like, no, I don't.
I went to go see the last one at the theater.
Really?
And I will be waiting to see this one on streaming, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's watchable. It's not an unwatchable movie. It like I said, it's a pretty movie. It looks good. There's some scenes I thought were kind of fun. I didn't hate it.
$211.
Nice.
But I think you just described every movie in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
It's
well, that's the thing. There's not much that I actually want to pay my hard-earned money to go to the theater.
They're like, this had an audience.
Pay $80 for popcorn and a soda.
There's nothing I would go to the movies and see right now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go see Predator. I'll say that.
Okay,
one.
that I think is at least a new take on something that we've seen before. But I mean, a lot of times it's like, how many times do we got to redo Ghostbusters, guys?
Yeah,
we didn't need to redo Beetlejuice.
Please, no more.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna redo something like Beetlejuice, you need to really be bringing something awesome to the table.
They did,
and not. I mean, and I don't think the second one was bad. I don't think it was good enough to warrant making a second one.
Yeah,
I didn't see it,
especially after this time. If that was the second movie, like 3 years later, sure, that'd be fine. Mm-hmm. But after this long, you really expect it to be something epic. And
and you could tell it had multiple writers and multiple scripts that it went through because it was like shoving 3 movies into one.
Mm-hmm. And it was fine, but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't worth the wait.
Not the worst thing you'll ever see.
This kid, you know.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that Stranger Things is going to be good.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have jumped ship on that one already.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm hoping it's good.
We'll see.
I'm worried about
optimistic.
The Hollywood aspect of we always have to outdo before and make everything bigger and better and you lose the plot a lot of the time, and you're just going for spectacle and stuff and making it big and not making it good.
And the hard part about Netflix and like TV is a lot of times they're not writing out that far. They're writing season 1, and then if they get greenlit for season 2, they write season 2. So there's not like this overarching
plan where it's headed.
Yeah, that they've been planning since the beginning. It's like, well,
they're
now
really
we're
only probably planning the first season. They're like, oh, cool, let's think of something else.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when you get
based on fan. What the fans are saying on it.
Well, we're gonna retcon that.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened with Lost is they didn't actually plot the whole thing out. They never thought they'd have a season 2.
No.
So that shit just spun its wheels and got lost. Heroes.
Like it started out really strong.
Same
with
thing.
The whole, save the
season
cheerleader,
1 was amazing.
Cheerleader save the world.
They had no idea where to go after that. They weren't.
No, they were like, "We're doing what now?"
Like, oh shit! It succeeded. Damn, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
But I mean, movies are like that all the time, right? And that's how they get crappy because it's like the Quiet Place, the one with John Krasinski.
Yeah.
When that movie was fabulous, and then they're like, "We're going to do another one." He was like, I didn't write a second one. They're like, well, you can write a second one. And he was like, I don't want to. And they're like, well, either you can write it or we're going to pay someone else to write it. But we're going to have a Quiet Place number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's where I promise I will not do that with Floaters. I will not. If I write a second one, it will be because of good inspiration, especially because the doctor's already saying I'm probably going to need a second surgery for developing scar tissue. So let's go. Floaters 2.
Oh my God.
Pre-writing.
Go through another set of miserable experiences to write the second one.
This time we're flying to Tijuana to get an even worse hospital.
Yeah, can I get less than 1.5 stars? Can I find a half-star hospital? I know they exist. I mean, that's where I got to go next. And if there's not nudity, I'm leaving. Like, somebody better fucking streak or I'm taking my clothes off.
Dilate my eyes so I don't have to see another streaker.
Yeah.
That's my question. If we're going to start sneaking streakers into the backs of our comic somewhere, who are we modeling this after? Is it Ed?
Well, Ed's a runner.
Yeah.
Ed does marathons.
I guess, yeah. It's now me by default. I usually stay clothed while running, but, if I'm bored enough in my next hospital waiting room marathon, then
maybe if you take off your clothes, it would, be more acceptable to the dogs. They were pissed off, man.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Take your clothes off.
Why did the dogs? The dogs always want to destroy me.
Just the top half, though. Don't give them a new target.
No. Let them bite my hand. I'm all right with that. But yeah. I've been bit by so many dogs while I'm running, and all the owners. They don't normally do that. It's like they're animals. They see someone running. That's what they do. That's why we have leashes for them.
Yeah.
There was just one dog. This dog came and ran alongside me when I was on a long run, and it just ran with me for about 5 miles, and I got cussed at by so many people. Leash your fucking dog. Like, my dog.
I don't even know whose dog this is. He's just he's chasing me.
I love this dog. It's my new favorite animal, but it's not mine. And I just thought, how long's this dog gonna hang? And yeah, that dog was with me for a good 5 miles. I got honked at, I got yelled at, and finally the dog just kind of veered off and just like, man, that was a weird experience. I can't write a crazy story about that. I just want to find that dog and make it my pet, but otherwise,
that's like a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
There's my new Pixar comic.
Here's your kids' book. There you go.
The dog's a marathoner trapped in a dog's body, and he's trying to get me to freeze.
See, this is why you can't give Ed any idea. He just runs with it.
Laurie hatched my newest book
It's the new
what's coming
Freaky
next
Friday.
year.
They switched bodies. The dog trapped in a marathon.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday, but dog
Yeah.
and runner.
The marathoner's biting people.
He's in the floaters hospital.
Yeah, it was him. The
He's
sticker
fine.
was the
He's just
dog.
barking at people and biting
The human
orders.
dog.
He's fine. Send him home. It's all in his head.
See, now we've taken it to a dark place, which is where they all land eventually. But yeah, when Laurie told me just be creative when I come on your Killer Karen show, don't say that to me. I wrote an entire mythology for the
prepared.
story. But then she didn't know what the hell was going on when my screen name was Karen Hunter. She's like, "Where's he going?" But I'm just gonna enjoy this ride.
I
We
just
had fun
uploaded
with
that
the
episode to
weirdest
Roku,
freaky
by the way.
experience.
Okay.
Just the other day. So I
Oh,
think
that's
I'm up to episode 8 on Killer Karen on Roku.
Okay.
So you can binge watch 8 of the 18.
yes. And Pops, you do end up making an appearance in the story, but just won't be till issue 4 when they finally attack Karen Prime's home.
No, that's Dante.
Dante makes an appearance, but Dante's a little flying imp demon, so you get to be that instead.
Hold on, you're talking about Dante. Dante will be there.
Yeah, Dante's a flying imp demon in the story, and yeah, it's done with love, you know that, so you don't have to worry
Dante
about
is going to make his first con appearance because Karen did it, and now Dante has to do it. Okay. So Dante is going to make his first con appearance at Grand Rapids Comic-Con on November 15th.
Yes, and his
he's
second
gonna be
appearance.
walking the floor, bro.
Oh God, I
He's
can
going to be
already
doing
see this.
interviews and stuff.
Very
So y'all better be ready. Just
Yes.
saying.
But then I'm going to decapitate him in my book, no offense.
Oh,
But heads always roll in my books. You need to know that's
yeah, that's kind of how you roll.
yeah.
And throwing up and barfing.
And
Yeah, there has to be some vomit. We've
I will
established
only
that too.
sign
And
the
then
page of my head.
yes,
You
and
wanna
Always
find-
say
you
write
know what
what
else
you
on the
know,
book
and
is
the head
sign
my
the
freezer
panel with
says
my head.
never heads. So
heads and vomit, apparently. That's what I know. And floaters now. But yes, Runner's High, that is actually a book that I have. Loose note development. It hasn't come yet, but I thought of writing a how-to running manual set in the zombie apocalypse. So it's more like how to survive the apocalypse, but actually
that's
give
funny.
good running tips in there.
hilarious.
That's funny.
Be
So
fast.
that
would
a
be
loose
my
note
best
one.
tip.
So
My
that
best
will
tip
be
would be run
coming
fast.
one day.
Run fast.
Man, that's interesting.
That would be fun.
So
like,
it's
The guy
he
with the
says that.
swords. If you see him running, you run too.
Yeah, and it'll be just kind of like, how do you build stamina? How do you increase your speed? All these little tips and
Where do you
tricks.
find enough food to fuel that?
Yeah,
kind
and that's it. You have to talk about marathon, the different types of nutrition, and I'm going to put all of it, but make it in the world of a zombie apocalypse, where it's kind of like, okay, how are you going to build stamina? Because you see the people who don't build stamina, the sprinters eventually run out of gas and get eaten by the zombies. So you have to be able to run for a long distance.
Crossover.
So yes,
Oh man,
Path
you
of the
gotta
Pale
think about
Rider
everything, like the
special
condition of
edition.
the roads, because there's no road crews. You're gonna twist an ankle and die.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's it, because I've done trail marathons in the rain, so I've dealt with some slippery gopher hole ridden insanity. And how can you survive that? You just learn to slide down the hills on your ass. You just treat them like a slide. Like big hills equal faster speed. But yeah, that's my thought, is turning this wacky idea into a running book with actual real running tips, but set in a zombie apocalypse or in the Path of the Pale Rider universe. So either way, it's
just grab a zombie
in the
and
coming
ride him like
soon.
Frosty down a hill.
In my world, they would be cussing you out the whole time.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, and your zombies can even practice getting faster too. So yeah, you can
Yeah.
do all that stuff. So yes, that's my running how-to book. Will eventually come out, but you know, with a twist of my weirdness in it, because why not? I like
Dylan
that.
agrees. Why
Yeah,
not?
Why not? Because yeah, and knowing people
Get
who
caught by
run,
a sprinting
people who run
zombie.
can actually learn how to properly train for a marathon. Because I went from never running a step in my adult life to running 30-something marathons. So it can happen.
It might happen to you. I don't think it's happening to me.
Yeah,
I can just imagine them being chased by zombies, because sometimes you need motivation to finish the damn runs and not call your wife, be like, pick me up, this shit sucks. So
I want to go home. This is hard.
it's hot and I hate life.
Yeah.
And that dog's not running with me anymore. I miss him.
I want to go
I'm
home.
saying, this is why I learned how to fight, so I don't have to run.
Yeah, see, I will you just won't catch me. So that's how it goes. The fighters won't be able to catch me. They see me running, they're like, you do you.
At this point, that's my whole defense against like getting kidnapped or taken by the cartel or anything.
What?
I'm just gonna sit down and be like, drag my fat butt. I dare you.
And just lay on the ground.
I'm not walking with you anywhere. You drag me as far as you want. You ain't making it more than 10 feet. I know I'm not getting in your car. Pick me up and put me in there. I dare you.
He gets like your arm in there, gives up.
Yeah. They might get throw my little wife over their shoulder and take off, but they ain't dragging me nowhere.
Bye, honey. Enjoy your vacation. We'll be right here.
I love you. I told you to get fatter.
I'll call the cops for you.
So you imagine dinosaurs. I'll pick zombies or whatever inspires me for the day. But yeah, that's now that I'm talking about it, now it's going to probably become a faster book, because Karen went from just me telling Laurie I did finish the Karen episode and went on a run, and all of a sudden as I'm on my run, my head is just blowing up. I'm like, holy shit, I have a full 8-issue story I can tell from this stupid me, like her telling me to just make something up, have fun. And
okay, so when you launch that book, I'll bring Karen.
We have to do a Karen launch for that one. It's got to be the first live Karen launch where Karen's live and not pre-recorded.
The worst, best launch you ever experienced.
And you got to have a printout of the cover that you can rip up.
Oh, I'll do that for you 100%.
Yeah, so we have to just have, like, Dan can do a quick letter on it like he did for this one, so we have him for the campaign, because I don't even know if the date that you see on the books is going to be the actual date that it goes. It might end up being December, but Dan just got them so that on the campaign you can see the full lettered one. So we'll have a full lettered one that you can rip up and call me names, and our battle goes again, and see if Elmo comes back.
People will be so confused.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what we go for.
By the way, if you are watching this, make sure you go back the campaign. It is live. Throw it up on the screen there, Ed, just to remind everybody what we're talking about.
Yes, Floaters is live, because we have gone on a tangent, but that is what we do here. I've never been on a show with Fish and Laurie and not gone on a wild tangent, but that's what makes them fun.
It's crazy talk.
We had our longest,
libel, my good sir.
Longest episode of First Impressions, followed by the longest episode of Saturday Morning Comic Talk. Till Pops is like, get the fuck out of the room. There's other people on this network, you know.
He was like, are you guys going to end the show? Or
what do you mean? We're just getting on a roll. We just got started.
My kids were like, Mom, I'm hungry.
Like, you can make a PB&J. We are rolling.
The night on Silverline, they did something like that. Tuesday night, they ended the show, and then I just thought the show was over, and I go back and look about 20 minutes later. Jose and Rob, or Jose and I think it was Ron. They were just talking, and they were still live, and they didn't know it.
They didn't know. Oh, so they got the backstage in there.
Yeah, and like so I had to go.
You're like, hi.
Out there,
you should end the stream.
Luckily, they didn't go into talking about people.
So
we got. Think it's over, and they're like, "Yeah, that was a pretty good show. Yeah, that was." And I'm like, "You're still alive.
We're still going." So there we go, Floaters. We are at 11 backers. Like I said, I'm going to send out all the blasts on all our different things to get them going. The giant tier, if you want the original art, it's still in there. Three of the original art pages with bumpy feel, real inks. There's no photocopies. It's the real deal. They are in the add-ons, and you can get Immortal Era in there. You can get Corruptor in there. I see some people have already got some of the PDFs of Corruptor. Issue 1 of Immortal Era's in there. And that's the one I just did a huge reprint on. So there's plenty of copies of number 1. So that's the only one in the campaign. So yeah, get in there. You can read all kinds of stuff. You can read another story by Dan with his art with 3 Billy Goats Gruff. So yeah, it's good stuff all in there. So head over to Kickstarter right now, please.
Do it.
Do it. And then, yes, I will get to work. I'll end this stream and I'll get to work on my zombie running guide comic book. Because when I get on these shows, I randomly get ideas popping in my head. So it's always good.
Oh,
when Sarah was on my show and we created our superpower universe, I still have to make that Justice League. She had her superheroes whose power was smell. And they were just like, I just want to drop them into Washington. It just smells like a sewage plant. And they don't know what's going on. And yes, it was, we all came up with superheroes. And it's like, all right, I have to turn this into a Justice League, but I also need to stop writing books because I'm not rich. And I have to, it's like, I'm not rich and I can't draw. So it's a bad combination when you keep making new comic ideas.
I can't draw. And I keep getting ideas. And it's killing me.
But
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. Share not just the show, and because this was entertaining for people that like this kind of stuff, but also share the campaign link out on all your socials.
Please.
Help Ed get a bump right real quick, right? Get it over with.
Yes.
Because I'm sure Ed, once he's funded, is a funny guy to watch promote.
Yes. We'll be promoting plenty. Not for a little bit. So no show tomorrow. This is our Saturday show because I have to work. But yeah, we'll be promoting plenty. I'm booked on many podcasts and on my own where I can go on my wild tangents and talk about running with a dog because why not?
I'm not gonna lie. Not having a Friday morning show and a Saturday morning show this week was really good because this old boy needed to be able to sleep in.
Yes, sleep in, enjoy. Don't worry about me. I'll be waking up extra early to go do Saturday school and hope I have a better day than today. And I won't go into the details about that, but Laurie heard about my day and let's just hope
it was a
tomorrow's
day.
It was a day. So yes, no worries. Sleep in.
He's still alive though. He's got both of his eyes.
I made it here. I have both my eyes. I got my little floater who hangs around. My floater or gnat game of eternity. But yeah, get in
After
there.
you back his book, go back this one.
Yes.
Both.
I
did. What's your problem?
Yeah.
I'm one of the backers. You need to be too.
Yes, it's beautiful. Goodbye to romance, baby.
Cool.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
All right.
Great show.
Have a good one.
See you guys
Bye.
later. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right.
I need to sleep in tomorrow.
Yes, I won't, but that's okay. I'll get paid. It's all good.
I got shirts.
All right, we got shirts coming. Fish
right.
Lee shirts. I would have done. It's funny because when we were talking, so Laurie helped me design the shirts. She did for Immortal Air as well. And I thought, I love Dan's cover, but I don't know if anyone's going to walk around in a shirt with a gouged out eye, homeless woman, and a decapitated head. It's like, is that a shirt that you're going to wear? Maybe like to a death metal concert or something.
Yeah.
That would be the right place for it. But it's kind of like, I don't know. That shirt might scare people, but the book is intended to scare people. That's kind of what we aim for.
You wear it to church. Because it's holy. Dun-dun-dun. Sorry.
That's all right. It's always time.
My question is how are you doing the shirts? Like, are you doing them yourself, or are you doing like drop ship?
I have a shirt printer that does them direct to garment. So they're not like the iron-on material, but an actual printing onto the shirt. They've done many Immortal Era shirts for me. And the one that was right by my house went out of business, but they have a secondary location that's way too far to drive and pick up, but I can still have them mailed to me. I just actually got the Immortal Era shirts like 2 days ago. So if you ordered an Immortal Era shirt and you've been waiting for it, they're coming. I'm going to mail them tomorrow. So if you are waiting for yours, your hoodie, your shirt, They are on the way. And if you're not, you already got everything. Every other reward has been sent out unless someone didn't fill out their backer survey, because I can't figure out where to mail it just by
always a couple
by your name. Yeah.
Shame on you.
This
people.
one bought a lot of stuff, so I appreciate them, but I need to know where to send their book. But otherwise, yeah, everything from that Immortal Era campaign is done. My goal for this one is to get it in hand by Christmas for everybody. So I put January for the date, but my thought is I'm waiting till Black Friday to print no matter what, because if they do another one of those mega sales on Comics Wellspring, then at that point I'll print it, because whatever happens with this campaign, I'm printing it because I know that this will do really well, especially when I do horror cons and things like that. Mm-hmm. This book's going to be kind of the big appeal, because Immortal Era has horrific elements, but it's not just a straight ahead horror story.
And the fact that it's a one shot, I think, is really, because people either they want the series, they want the trade, or it's like, just give me one and I can read it. And I don't, if I don't find you ever again, I have the whole story.
Yeah, you got it all. If another one happens to come up, because Dan's right. It does need to get revisited. It's too fun and insane not to come back to it at least once. I just, it's hard because this one had so much autobiographical stuff. It's like, okay, I got to think outside of myself for the next volume. This one wrote itself too easily with the insanity that came around.
I mean, with your life, though.
True. I can find something.
It'll come up again.
Yeah. Especially,
this one guy really impressed me at a con in Memphis, and he just does like one-shot stories. They're all like usually around like 80 pages or so. So it's a pretty substantial little graphic novel trade book. So you really feel like you're getting something. But it's all one contained story, and so you've got it all right there. And I was like, man, that's a smart way to go right there. I should start doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you'll be there because you'll have trade paperback for all your stories.
Yeah, and trades are a magical thing. They bring a lot more sales. As soon as I printed that trade, my numbers went up a lot, because now you still get a lot of number one sales. I mean, that happens all the time, but a lot of people will buy number one and they'll come back and say, okay, now I want that full, the full trade. They won't buy 2 through 6 because they can't. I don't even have a number 5 left to sell somebody besides Laurie. She's got dibs on my last one. And I'm not going to reprint it. I'll keep one in print because, if you want to taste, but then you buy the trade, it's cheaper than trying to buy all the floppies out that way. So,
well, that was the thing. Like with Green Zone, I didn't even do a big print run of the 4th issue because I know I'm going to turn around and do the trade of that first 4-issue arc. And I've got like a bunch of issue 1 stacked up because there's always those people like, well, I'll try the first issue.
Yeah, they want to taste.
But after that, once I sell out at 2, 3, and 4, I'll have the trade. And no reason to do anything else after that.
You know what, though? I tell you guys, when I go to cons, because I have trade for 1 through 4, and then I'm going to do my next trade 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going up to 12. And so right now I have trade for 1 through 4 and I have 5, 6, and we're working on 7. People want the whole story. So I'm still selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as individual issues because they want it to match. So if they get the trade and then they get 5 and 6, then it doesn't match. And so, and I still have some of the variant covers left that I overprinted. And so they have fun making their own set. So I don't know. It just depends.
Well, I guess I do have the variant of number 5 left. So that is something I can just start selling the variant at standard cover price. So I guess it's not fully gone, and that's something I can do. And I know, Dan, with your stuff, you do them as full trade size stories all in one shot. But you're doing it. They're reprinting the color ones. Are they still moving with those ones with Afterlight Comics, right?
Yeah. So the original books that I did are full graphic novels. They're in black and white. And then for the first one that I did, Afterlight Comics is reprinting them with color. as single issues. So I guess they're doing pretty well with as single issues as well. Yeah.
Because I know that's. Do you do a lot of cons and just kind of bring the two books out there?
No, I don't do any cons.
None. Okay. Wow.
That's one of the things that I have to get my ass in gear for.
Well, I guess if you do when you do start doing cons, you just let me know, because I still have at least one sealed bundle of the Rocket Con one, and you can have that as something to put at the table.
Oh, cool! Thanks.
Because it was, it sells well, but it's a slow sell because it's, people buy the regular one. But when I do Rocket Con, I can keep a bundle, because that would be nice. Because the key is, the more you have on your table, the more eyes are going to come on. And that's why I started doing the CGCs. It was more, I want to appeal to those prospectors. Those are those people who think, ooh, when this gets made on Netflix, I'm going to be rich. I'm like, all right, you do you. I hope you do become rich, because then I'm doing all right myself.
Right.
Well, that would be cool with Floaters, because being the single one shot that it is, and like I said before, it's very cinematic the way that you've set up kind of the scenes and the flow of the story. It would make a great horror movie too.
Yeah, that's my hope. I have a producer who's pitching my stuff out there, and hopefully now that this one is now in its complete stages, just besides the lettering, he's going to go out and start pitching it. So my hope is that they'll do it, because I think you're right. This would be a really cool horror movie. I mean, you could also obviously expand on the characters, on the scenes, because this could be, we could spend a lot more time in their life instead of just 1 or 2 pages of wedded bliss right into chaos and hell. So it would be a fun movie. I hope it does get pitched and bought up by somebody. I don't care. Let it get bought up by the lowest budget, because look at something like Terrifier. The first one is such a low budget movie, and now it's blown up into this massive thing.
Yeah.
And it started with just I think their idea was basically, let's do the craziest kills possible. Is there a plot? Nope. Do we know his motivations? Nope. The more they try to explain his backstory and motivations, the worse the movies get. But then they throw in the most bonkers kill. You're like, all right, all is forgiven. You just sawed somebody in half from who was upside down. So,
and then poured salt on them.
Yeah, and then salt. That's right. Like, how can we make it worse? Oh, how can we make it worse? Oh, that'll work. So yeah, that's hopefully we can get picked up and grow from there.
That's a lesson I'll never forget. Like, as a kid, I was like, why do they always say it's like putting salt in a wound? So the next time I got a doozy, I put salt in it just to see. Yeah, they ain't lying.
You found out the hard way what it really means.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Because I've jumped in the beach with a cut, and that's awful. That's not, fully just pouring salt in there. So
I've done a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, well, I think we have that as a shared thing. Although I think you've done some crazier stuff than I have, but we both.
I guarantee you, I've done some crazier.
Yeah,
stuff.
we when you were talking, but it's a miracle we're still here. We somehow made it through, and we can hope our kids are smarter than us.
It's a gender thing. This is why women live longer.
I was so afraid
407
of becoming a parent, because of the whole you're going to pay for your raising thing. And like, I was girding my loins, like ready for my kids to be hellions. And other than like, a little bit of sneaking out and drinking and a little weed smoking, like, they were good kids. And I'm like, I don't know who's paying for my raising, but somebody out there, bless your heart,
someone else is paying,
because I got real lucky.
That's funny. Yeah, I think I did okay overall too. Like you say, the dumb things, but not on the level of me. But then again, I was raised in the middle of the high desert, and we were basically feral. We were put outdoors at the beginning of the day and told not to come home till the streetlights were on, and we got into some shenanigans. That's all I can say.
Well, I did have one kid get arrested at school.
Oh no.
He traded one of his Adderalls for a stick of gum with a kid at school, because he grabbed it on his way out the door and forgot to take it, stuck it in his pocket. And then when he was about to take it, this kid was like, "I'm going to take that," and traded him a piece of gum. So because he traded a piece of gum for it, he was selling drugs. So he got busted for selling drugs.
Funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, mine was I getting kicked off the bus because they told us to make like we had to make a mask in art class. So I bring in razor blades and bullets, and they're like, those are weapons. I mean, in today's world, I would have been put in jail, but instead it was the bus driver's like, you need to get off my bus. You're a disgusting human being. And I was immediately in the office, and my art teacher saved my ass. He goes, well, he was trying to make something from a horror story, and I gave him permission to do it. He wasn't supposed to bring it on the bus. And being a teacher now, he probably got yelled at by the principal behind the scenes, but he saved my ass from being suspended, maybe even expelled. Because I thought, I'm going to make this mask insanely gross. So I got like pieces from my Dissect an Alien kits and put them in there and painted them red and gouged it like needles in the eyes and everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I got taken to the office so many times for the things I drew on the backs of paper when I was bored, waiting on everybody else to finish the test.
Yes. I mean, I couldn't draw, so they wouldn't know what I was drawing. But I could sculpt, and I got in some deep shit for that. And then I got busted for running a candy ring outside of the snack bar, selling stuff for a little bit cheaper. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like, that's
clever right there. That's clever.
Yeah, they're charging 70 cents in the fucking 90s. They were really ripping us off. But yeah, I'm like, I got them for 50 cents right here. Come on over. And I'm calling them over with a backpack full of Snickers bars.
It's amazing what we got away with as kids. Like in my generation was just like, it's boys being boys.
Yeah.
I mean, like we got pulled over by the cops at 16, 17, throwing, let's say homemade fireworks into pig pens as we were driving down the highway to watch the pigs take off running.
Oh,
and the cops stopped us with these improvised merriment devices in the car and fussed at us and sent us home and threatened to call our parents and tell them what we were doing if he caught us out here again.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have instantly been
straight to jail.
Yeah. Nothing else.
Straight to jail. Do not pass go.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I guess my things weren't that insane, although the bullets and the razors in the head, that in the mask would have put me straight to jail, or at least probably expelled.
This is why they're friends, Brian.
We used to use them to go fishing, all kinds of stuff.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, so fish has the good stuff. So I don't know, Dan, what are your stories? How are you lucky to be here?
I'm not telling you my stories.
Dan's the smart one.
Like, this is live right now. We're not announcing this.
Like, this is a live stream.
I would tell you the story about how I ended up inhaling a cloud of acid vapor, but
I haven't done that.
Too easy to replicate. And which is how we ended up doing it, and I nearly killed myself. So I'm not telling you.
I did the dumb things. I managed to survive. I managed to not get expelled. I actually, my candy ring, the school said, it's a really good idea. We just don't like that you're doing it. We want you to sell candy for us. I said, drop your prices. That's why I made all my money. And they're like, well, we can't do that. I said, you realize I make this much profit a day selling them at this price? You guys will do just fine. And yeah, then they got angry at me and threatened to suspend me again.
Trouble.
Like, I'm not working for the man. Fuck you guys.
How old were you?
15.
Okay,
Actually,
I thought you were going to say 7.
No, I was like 15 into 16, and I didn't get a proper real job because minimum wage at that time was $4.25, and I was like, I'm making way more money selling candy next to the snack bar. So,
I started making way more money off of my art than I could off of any other job at that time, and I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, so me, it was candy until I realized they busted me and school police drugged me in there and yelled at me, and.
Do you know, Dan? Is this a true story?
I'm just saying
it wasn't a credit card.
Was it a pencil? Dan is the real John Wick.
That's funny. All
Lucky
right,
number 13.
13 is in. We're making slow and steady progress, and then, like I said, I'm gonna blow up all of the socials and hopefully get another boost. It's a small enough goal that I feel confident we'll get there. And like I said, whether one way or the other, this book's going to print because I think it's going to do really well at the cons and the shows. And that's where I'll really make the profit on it, because one-shots are a beautiful thing. I mean, that's why people love buying the Cthulhu book. You buy one thing, it's got everything in there. You got a bunch of short, fun little stories. And yeah, Laurie, I know you're in volume 2. So when you bring those to the cons, it sells so well. I mean, it's just, Dan, you'll have those ones to put on the table as well. And the things like that, that's what people want. And your books are great because you have Worms Crawl In. You can read it all by itself. Do you need to read Worms Crawl In to read Worms Crawl Out? You really don't. And you can read either one on its own and not be like, okay, well, there's going to be 24 issues and you're going to have to wait a long time. We'll still be faster than George R.R. Martin, but not that fast.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So I think we should start wrapping things up because we're at 2 hours and I got to eat. I got to go. I'm probably going to go for a run and shake off this stupid day. So,
yeah,
but now the day is getting better because people are checking out floaters. I'm so excited about this one. It's the weirdest thing I've ever done. And that's saying something if you've read my other works.
Hopefully not the last. Keep being weird.
The weirdest thing I've ever done yet. Killer, the Karen Hunter's book is fucking bonkers, but
yeah, that's probably going to be the weirdest thing.
It is pretty bonkers.
Because Laurie read the script and it involves like dunking people into vats of saliva. So
gross. I love that. Was pretty gross. The bile and
yeah, they're dumping them in vats of bile because the Karen saliva is what basically turns you into a Karen. It penetrates your skin, shrivels your heart into a demon egg, and then out hatches the Karen. So they have to test people by dumping them into vats of bile. And yeah, it's completely out of its mind, but in a good way.
Ed, this is why we love you.
But in a happy, cheery sort of way.
Oh, it's not. Happy and cheery are not in my vocabulary.
We're going to cut off in the book, but not in a disrespectful.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like the people that just look so normal and happy and cheery, and they teach kids at school, and they have this dark side. But you got to let it out somewhere.
Yeah. On the paper, never hurt anybody.
Exactly.
And that twisted mask never hurt anybody, but
That's
you know.
Right.
Because you weren't allowed to bring the razor blades. Now, if that bus driver hadn't got involved.
Yeah. I should have put it in my backpack like a smart human being, but no, I'm telling my friends, like, dude, check this out. Look what I did with my dissecting alien kits.
What's this, Brian?
Yeah, you're right. That's why I like you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right.
All right, my friends. It's that time. Thank you all for coming to the launch. If you have not backed yet, go back. Go back this campaign. You don't need me to tell you. You already know. When a campaign is live, it's the most important time for independent creators because it guarantees that we can continue to make you new stuff that's not reboot, rehash, recycle Hollywood bullshit.
Yes.
So
that's like, here you go, Disney, Netflix,
really
whoever you want. Look in this room. We got plenty of IP for you. Make the good shit. We don't need to see another cartoon turned into a live action movie. We need to see rampaging zombies, killer eye floaters, Alice in Wonderland rebooted and changed into a dark and twisted new story. That's what we need. Knock off the bullshit. Make the good stories.
Thank you. That is all.
All right.
Do you have an outro?
Yeah, it's just the Roku one. So here we go.
All right.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.